Hey, when do you think a person dies? When a bullet from a pistol pierces his heart? No. When he's attacked by an incurable disease? No. When he eats a soup of deadly poisonous mushrooms? No! A man dies when people forget him.
There are some characters and series in anime which are forgotten as soon as the season is complete. Like if I told you that summer 2017, only 2 years ago, had a series about a centaur waifu, a slice of life anime about a girl working at a video game company, or a show about a high school diving team, how many of you really remember them? How many of you just went, oh yeah, that was a thing? However, some shows, and more specifically, some characters, live on forever. It isn't when the series ends, but when the memory of those characters are forgotten that they die. And as you saw up top, the inspiration for this video is one of my favorite scenes, and one of my favorite characters in One Piece. So, for the next few minutes, let's pay some respect to some of the great characters who will live on forever. Each of these characters has said or done something near and dear to my heart, or scarred me in the most beautiful way possible. But more on that later. However, before we begin, today's video is sponsored by Astral Chronicles, a 2D MMORPG available on both iOS and Android. This game reminds me of some of my favorite isekai anime. Players are on a mission to reverse the future. They are called from Earth to the astral world to embark on an epic adventure together with the heroine. Most of the time when I play games, I'm not overly interested in the story, but this one more than caught my interest right away. Likely because of its very rich and immersive storyline. Although I have to say my favorite part of the game are the dungeons. You could team up with friends or other players online to take on huge epic dungeons, the first one becoming available as early as level 10. Use the link down below to download Astral Chronicles for free. The Astral Chronicles and Law of Creation collaboration has actually just started, which means the most powerful hero, Ultimate Weapon Pandora Z, is coming to Astral Chronicles. If you download now, with the link down below, you can recruit her into your mega team. Not only would you be downloading a free quality game, but you would be supporting my channel in the process, and I really do appreciate it. But without any more delay, let's jump back into the video. So first I want to talk about Dr. Heerlook, since he is where this is all coming from. Only alive for about 4 chapters in the manga and about 3 episodes in the anime, Heerlook is this incredible character who is one of the perfect examples of why I love One Piece. Sure, the show has amazing fights between super-powered pirates, but what made me fall in love with this series is its heart. And you'd be hard-pressed to find a character who shows off more of his heart than Dr. Heerlook. The man was a thief early on in his life, and when he came down with a horrible and life-threatening illness, he came across a land of beautiful cherry blossoms. This was such a heartwarming experience for him that he was cured, makes sense, and spent the rest of his life trying to save or help others. Later in his life, he came across Drum Island. He was seen by many as a quack. However, when he found this corrupted and dying nation, he set himself the goal of trying to cure it. Heerlook was so pure and kind-hearted, and he believed so much in his dream, that even when the tyrant King Wapol set an obvious trap for him and pretended that the nation's 20 doctors had all become sick, Heerlook rushed to their aid, because if the doctors were all sick, then the end of the nation would be inevitable. That's when Wapol sprung his trap, and despite being face to face with his death, Dr. Heerlook said the following: "When do you think people die? When they are shot through the heart by the bullet of a pistol? No. When they are ravaged by an incurable disease? No. When they drink a soup made from a poisonous mushroom? No. It's when they are forgotten. Even after I'm gone, my dream will come true." Then, he goes on to tell Dalton that the country is the same. It can be saved if its will lives on. Ending it all with, "This has been a truly wonderful life." There are so many layers to Heerlook's death. Firstly, he is selflessly giving his own life on the small chance it could help the country. Second, he inspires Dalton to eventually stand up to Wapol and save his country. Third, he ensures that Chopper's poisonous mushroom won't kill him by letting Wapol's men shoot him instead. Finally, he gives this beautiful speech about people's will and legacy living on after they pass. About how dreams can be passed from one person to another, and how striving for his dream meant that even if his life ended right there, it had all been worth it. And I think it's safe to say that this philosophy is the core foundation on what One Piece is built on. Which is why this perfectly executed death ensured that Hirluk will live on forever as one of the greatest and most meaningful characters in the One Piece series, despite only being there for a couple episodes. Now from One Piece, we go on to another classic long-running shonen, Naruto. In Naruto, we have a mentor who lives on in the hearts of everyone who has ever watched the series. There are very few characters in anime who have loved and been loved in a way quite like Jiraiya has. I know it's a running theme in anime that protagonists grow up without a dad, but Naruto had one hell of a godfather. From the moment he took Naruto under his wing, Jiraiya did everything he could to make Naruto happy. He taught him the Rasengan, a technique he would use throughout the duration of the series to protect himself and save those he cared about. He bought him ramen as well as his iconic Shippuden outfit, but most importantly, Jiraiya accepted and embraced Naruto. From the moment Naruto was born, he was feared, hated, and excluded by every single person in the Hidden Leaf Village. Iruka-sensei became close with Naruto only after Naruto saved his life. Kakashi trained Naruto and led his team, however, that was more of a closeness through obligation early in the series. Do you think Kakashi would have went out of his way to embrace Naruto if he wasn't on his squad? Probably not. But Jiraiya was different. From the moment they met, Jiraiya treated Naruto like a brat, and when Naruto showed him his guts, Jiraiya took him in. He didn't embrace Naruto because of obligation, he didn't have to take him in, he didn't have his life saved by Naruto, he didn't fear the Nine Tails inside of him. Instead, he saw Naruto as just a kid, a normal kid, and that's all Naruto ever wanted anyone to see him as, making Jiraiya a mentor that touched our hearts. And when Jiraiya died, which was one of the saddest deaths in the series, he lived on through Naruto. When Jiraiya reverse summoned himself to the land of the Toads, he was told a prophecy that he would mentor a child who would either save or destroy the world based on his teachings. And Naruto became that child of prophecy who went on to change the world.
The Tale of Naruto Uzumaki. Yes, that has a nice ring to it.
Well, as long as we are hitting all of the shonen greats, we might as well go to the granddaddy of shonen himself, Son Goku. Goku makes it on this list not because he is a great mentor, not because he is so deep, but because he's where it all came from. Be it Bleach, One Piece, Naruto, or even My Hero Academia, all of these battle shonen come from Dragon Ball. Every time you see a protagonist craving to fight a strong opponent, or eating dozens of plates of food, or transforming into a more powerful form, all of it comes back to Goku. So even if Dragon Ball ends, which I mean if we look at GT, Heroes, and Super, they don't exactly look like they will be letting the series have a peaceful death anytime soon, but when it does finally end, you'll still be able to find Goku in the protagonists of the future. Next up, we have Kamina, quite possibly the most main character that a side character can be. Despite biting the big one in episode 7, Kamina's presence can be felt throughout the entire series. And even outside of Gurren Lagann directly, when you think of the show, the first thing on your mind isn't Simone. No, instead it's Yoko's boobs. I mean Kamina. He's one of the most merchandisable characters ever. Go to a con and tell me how many people you see wearing or selling his glasses or art of them. The dude is everywhere, and that is because of the message he left us with. Much like Hirluk, Kamina embodied the soul of the show, as well as presenting the message of believing in yourself. It isn't some power of friendship or heart of the cards nonsense. Kamina tells viewers to love those important to you, but at the end of the day, you need to believe in yourself and rise to the occasion. Jiraiya may have walked with Naruto on his hero's path, but Kamina blazed the path himself. And when he couldn't keep going himself, he picked Simone up and punched him onto the path he needed to travel. And I think that's the difference between a mentor and a role model. Even though Kamina wasn't there for the majority of the series, you feel his presence throughout the entire thing. Considering he was only there for 7 episodes, the impact he left on Simone, Yoko, and everyone watching was truly astonishing. And our final character basically goes without saying. There are so few men who exemplify what it means to be manly, to be powerful yet gentle, to strike fear into your enemy's eyes and face your problems head on, to suckle on the soother of pride and wear the bonnet of toughness. The one and only Senior Pink. From the moment I first laid eyes on this magnificent beast, the image was burned into my mind, and I will never be able to forget it. Truly, this man and his legacy can only be described as art that will live on forever in me. You think I'm memeing? I'm not. I'm dead serious. Senior Pink is one of the greatest characters in anime, and if you disagree with me, you can fight me. If you're an absolute pleb, the first time you saw him, you probably thought, wow, Oda's back at it again. This guy's character design is ridiculous. But let me tell you a little bit about my man, Senior Pink. When he was younger, he met a woman named Russian, whom he fell in love with. He kept from her that he was a pirate, telling her that he was a legitimate banker, and the two were ultimately married. They had a son, but sadly he died when Pink was away on business for Doflamingo. When Russian found out that Pink was not a banker, she ran away from him. She was later caught in a landslide, making her fall into a permanent vegetable state. One sad event after another. So Senior Pink went on to visit her. While showing regret for what happened to his son, Pink began to wear the bonnet, which was the only thing that made his wife smile, even in her emotionless state. He slowly transformed into the manly appearance that he is today, all to give his wife some level of emotion and happiness. He ultimately ends up adopting the look of a baby, be it to make his wife smile one more time, but also likely to repent for what he has done. The first time I saw Senior Pink, I couldn't take him seriously, but now the exact opposite is honestly the case. And this is why personally I will never forget about my man, Senior Pink. That, my friends, is the end of this video. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to let me know more characters down below that you think will never be forgotten. And if you did enjoy, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more, and consider supporting your boy on Patreon. I'm closing in on 100,000 subscribers, I'm super pumped, and I'm considering going full-time on YouTube once I graduate, so all of your support is appreciated and gets me one step closer to making this dream a reality. So a huge thank you to Starry Nick, Beck, A17FFDP, The Anime Dude, Xavier Cahoon, Baby Ray, Thought Destroyer, Siren, Megan, McManga, Nothing But a Fan, Kana, Steelers, and my highest current patron, Viva the Loser. Also, a huge thank you to my one and only sponsor, Too Spooky. If any of you guys feel like supporting me via Patreon or the YouTube join button, then you will also be thanked at the end of all my videos. But on that note, I will see you guys all next time, dudes. Shin Paku.